Hey everyone, we start with forward chart for the Bitcoin. Actually, this video is not an analysis, it's not technical analysis. Just I'm going to show you something that as a story for the Bitcoin that happened before on 2017, before we get the highest price between 2017 and 18, which was the 20K. Okay, first of all, if we refer to our analysis, in my videos, we have been mentioning we're putting this one in relative to this. If we move to for daily chart, I will show you. I want to show what we have been talking for. Okay, from what we can see here, first of all, we have been every time I mention if we put this one in relative to this, what we have is a running flat. And when we have this kind of the move, we can expect the continuation. The only question was how deep this one can go, whether this is the start of the up move or this one can turn to a correction for one more drop to finish this one before we get the next move. By the way, when the price was within this move, if traders refer to my analysis, they see every time I was keep mentioning the price is going to drop. And this is what we get. But if we refer to MACD, we didn't have any information about the divergence. But when I refer to this, I had. Okay, when I put this one in relative to this, we see we had the divergence. And especially the V was moving. Okay, now what we want to talk about whether we can put this one in relative to this for continuation or not. Okay, if we refer to the chart, this is the almost lowest price we get on 2020. After that, we can see the price start uptrend. We had a correction, but we didn't have a flat at all. We have this correction. Okay, we just referring to daily, and we have the correction. But when the price reached almost 42, we had the biggest correction. When after the correction, the price moved to 58, then we had another correction. That's why we were more interested in this, because if this one is turned to a running flat, whether for the price start from here or we get one more drop, next move can give us a really good trade. The continuation. Okay, because if we refer to 2017 on a chart, we will see exactly we have similar to what we have here. Okay, but the only things was how we can get the trade from here. That's why we mentioned if we put this one, we get one move down, it can give us a better confirmation after the breakout of this before we take the trade. That means it can give us a better trade setup with a better confirmation rather than we buy from here. But if we get any buy from here, for sure we take this in case this is the start of the up move. Why? Because when we put this one in relative to each other as well, I can see here, I have a divergence where it's showing me the reversal. MACD as well. Okay, now we move to daily chart because we have been talking about this. Now we want to move, now if you can see this one, we move to chart to show you on 2017. If we just move back, okay. All right, first of all, this is where I think on end of 2017, this is where the price of the Bitcoin was the highest, almost 20K. All right. And if we refer to a chart wiki, this is what we can see. All right, we had a running flat. I think if we refer to here, after this one, the price, the similar to what we have right now on the chart, which I show you, when the price was almost 20, no, sorry, when the price was almost 3K, we get the bigger correction. The breakout of the 3K, when the price was 10 to 5K, we get another correction, which the price from 5K almost dropped to 3K, which this 3K is almost hit the previous top. If you put the line here, we can see. Okay, by the way, what we are pointing is, at that time we had this running flat, which was this one in relative to this. And the first reversal pullback, correction, this is where we could buy. And after that, after the breakout of this, which was almost again 5K, we can see the way the price move based on daily chart. Every correction, there was opportunity rather than this to give a deep pullback, but again reversal. And the sharply price moved to almost 20K. Okay, now the question is, can we put as a story for the Bitcoin, can we consider this one similar to what we have right now? And if we consider what we have here, if this one repeat on what we have right now, based on a chart which I did, that means the next continuation with the breakout of the top, we can see how high this one can go. Okay, that's mean if we move to what we have right now, because right now we are here, and what we have here, this big correction running flat, the price drop, how deep it go, whether it test the previous high or not. Almost there, but haven't tagged yet. That's why we mentioned may, based on forward chart, maybe we get another correction to drop, but we don't need to wait the price to take this one before continuation. That's why based on lower time frame, any buy setup we take, if we get, we take it. We start to manage. If it's not moving, we just take out the trade. Because if this one turn to running flat for the next move, easily the price can reach 70 to 90K, just as a simple calculation. But whatever I show here, the figures is not the accurate one, just a simple, because this is what we can assume. If I put my line here and here, the next target can be around here, here. I remove everything. Okay, that's mean if this one turns to a running flat for the continuation, we can expect the price to, the first target will be 73 and the second one will be around 92. Even can move higher than that, because if we're looking at this one as a running flat, the first move is this, and the second move can be similar to what we have here. That's why we can expect the price be, the next price after the breakout will be with any, I mean, in between the 70 to 90. Okay, but what I want to mention here, that's why every time I mention, if we're looking for buy, we have to get the trade set up in case everything's changed and this is the top of the Bitcoin and the price can drop more than what we have here. That means, in other words, we say this is end of the move and this is the start of the down move. Why? If we put this one relative to this, we have a divergence. Made this dive, but MACD doesn't have. Made this divergence is the start of the reversal. I don't want to say the price is going, the Bitcoin is going to drop, but we need to be aware. If we want to trade, we need to know how we trade it, how we manage it. We don't buy and keep it. Okay, in case the price just 1% is not going in our direction, then we bought the Bitcoin at the highest price. Okay, by the way, now we want to see how we can trade it, and this is what we're looking for. If we get the proper trade setup, we can expect the price to take 73 and 92. Any range, any price within this 70 to 90. Okay, now if we move to forward chart, that's why we mentioned when the price was within this move and drop. After we mentioned after the breakout, any buy we take it. There was one opportunity here. Now we want to see whether this one turned to a correction for one move up or not. But we mentioned that may this one turn to flat for one more drop. That's why any buy, if it is not moving, we don't stay with the trade. We don't need to be worried. Okay, what the questions of the traders they ask, why if we don't buy here and this one continue? For sure, we can get another opportunity. Next up, we wait for the next opportunity. Okay, but we don't want to buy here and the price drop again. Then we will be within this. We're losing quite a lot. Okay, now that's why we mentioned if we get any buy setup, we will be traded. But right now, we're just following this and we need to get what we have here. All right. Right now, we are not analyzing the chart. We're just mentioning that if you look at this correction, similar to what I show you based on 2017, if we get the next move, the price can break this top and move quite a lot. All right. By the way, this one is just for traders as information. If they try to check the history for the Bitcoin, at least they can see this. And sometimes this kind of the information can help us what's the next move, and whether whatever we have right now I mean, this kind of the correction we have in the history or not of the Bitcoin, of even for the other chart. Sometimes we check because in terms of the trading, it can help us. Sometimes when we use the technical analysis, we need to refer to the history of the chart. Okay. Anyway, I don't need to explain more, but this is what we're looking for. But again, we have to get the trade setup. Without the trade setup, we are not going to buy. All right. By the way, we just follow the chart. If I see any trade setup for the daily analysis, then I will share. Thanks.